Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Brian.
And I'm Shona.
Tonight, Shona has one heck of a blind put together for me.
Only thanks to you going and getting it.
Well, I did a little bit of searching for this lineup, but we're going to take a look at E.H. Taylor tonight. Not all of it, but what we have. And if you stick around just a minute, we'll be right back, guys. Welcome back, everybody. Shona, what have you got for us here tonight?
So tonight Brian is blind. I am kind of blind. I poured these out about an hour ago.
She's
However,
blind.
I probably will remember once I start tasting them, hopefully, which one's which. So it's more about, which one's Brian's favorite tonight. So we have the small batch, we have the single barrel, and we have the barrel proof of the E.H. Taylor line, which of course is Buffalo Trace. Our barrel proof is 131.1 proof, and the single barrel, of course, is 100 proof, and the small batch is 100 proof. Both the single barrel and the small batch are 100 proofs,
Okay.
bottled in bonds. So I think we'll probably be able to tell which one's the barrel proof.
Are they actually bottled in bond?
Yes, they are both.
I was sure the small batch
Bottled in
was.
bond.
I wasn't. Okay.
Yep,
good.
they both say bottled
Nice.
in bond. So,
Good deal.
do you know what batch number that is?
I do not know what batch number. In fact, I'm not sure where to find the batch number. I've looked.
You've looked and you can't find it?
I can't find it, no.
Well, good news is Google was my friend
Good deal.
because I could not find it either. I looked all over the tube, I looked all over the bottle, I couldn't find anything. So the barrel proof is only released once a year.
Okay.
And so if you know what the proof is on it, you can look up the calendar year and the proof point to
Okay.
determine which one it is. However, some years may have the same proof. So that still doesn't tell you for sure which year it is.
Right.
So what you can do, and it's very, 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 very small. Sometimes they're smudged, so you might not even see them. There's this little laser engraving on them, and it starts, this one, they're really hard to see. I'm telling you that right now. This one is L23138010002D. So what that tells you is L is the lot. The 23 is the year, so that was 2023. The 138 it was bottled on the 138th day of the year. The 01 is the plant number, and the 0002 tells me that it was bottled at 12:02 a.m.
Okay.
And D is the bottling line. It was bottled on D.
Nice.
So this is the 2023 release, which is actually batch number 12 for
And
them.
that's the first two digits in that number?
Yeah, after the
Okay.
L.
Okay, so this one, I saw the number you were talking about there. This one is much smaller than that.
It is.
And looks like it was printed with a dot matrix printer. So that's going to take a magnifying glass or a photo that we can blow
I
up.
actually had to turn this one upside down to get the liquid gone and see it because it's really dark. So this one is L23, so it's another 2023. And it was bottled on the 89th day. Plant number 1. It was bottled at, sorry guys, 12:51 a.m. on bottling line K.
So this is actually a 2022 bottle. This small batch.
It was. I did have that written down.
Cool.
Yep.
That's cool. I didn't know that. I definitely learned that tonight because I did not.
So you have to have really good eyesight to get down there, a magnifying glass. I actually also took a picture of it and kind of blew it up.
That's what I was thinking to do. Yeah.
Whatever you have to do to read it, if you want to even know what it is.
Yeah, if you're interested.
Yeah, if you're not interested, don't worry about it.
I guess somebody that's really into it might say, hey, what batch you get?
Absolutely, yeah.
And then you can say, well, I'll send you a picture.
Correct. So the 2023 barrel proof batch is actually batch number 12. So
Okay.
once they release the 2024, it'll be batch number 13.
Good deal.
So, yeah.
That's interesting information. And guys, I know a lot of what we review and taste and talk about enjoying seems to be in like the $50-$60 range. And you can get really good bourbons and whiskeys at that price point, we feel. These, however, are slightly more.
I don't think the
I
small
don't
batch
think the
is.
small batch is. I think
Yeah.
it actually falls into that category. The barrel proof, it was $89 and some change. So I don't feel that's terrible over where we like to buy. The single barrel, I believe, also was right in that price range.
So the small batch is only $49.99.
Okay, so it falls right in there with.
Yeah, the small batch is not as hard to obtain as the other two, because the small batch is one that they actually release down at Buffalo Trace on certain days. You know, if you go
Yeah,
down.
so push come to shove, you can go down to the. For those of us that are fortunate enough to be somewhat close, we can run down to the distillery and pick one up, or
Right.
two, I guess. If we both go, we can pick two up.
Yep. The single barrel is $67.99. And
And I know the single barrel was released, I don't know, I'm going to say late last summer or early fall in our area. I don't know if it was dropped. Yeah, it was dropped this year.
it was dropped in the special
It was
drop
actually in the specialty drop.
last week.
Just last week, the OHLQ had a specialty drop. The barrel proof made its rounds in our area, actually, I guess pretty much all over the state of Ohio.
2 weeks
What's
ago.
that been now? Yeah, a month to 2 weeks, 2 weeks to a month. And that it seemed to be hitting every week in various places there for a minute, but very rare. And that in the year that we've been hunting bourbon, that's the only time frame I'm aware of that
Yep.
that barrel proof has been offered here.
And it is $77.99. So altogether, honestly, they're not horribly priced bourbons.
No, they're not.
As long as you can obtain them at MSRP, which luckily here in Ohio, we are able to do that.
Yeah, yep. So it's a great lineup, and it's not going to break the bank. And if you're wanting to have a collection, they're really nice bottles to have in your collection. I mean, anything from the E.H. Taylor line is. And we don't have one. We've been fortunate enough to taste it. The E.H. Taylor Rye
Yeah.
is an incredible pour. But okay.
Okay, let's get started. And you'll hear Rex in the background. Of course,
yeah.
he's all excited.
He's
came down, found his
making his
fishbone.
noise. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there.
Yes.
Want to throw that out there.
Nice and sweet on the nose.
Oh, it is.
A lot of caramel, a lot of just a hint. I shouldn't say a lot of vanilla, but a hint of vanilla, but a lot of caramel. Nice sweetness. It's good.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that is not barrel proof.
I would definitely go there with you. There's not much heat to it. There is a little bit of Kentucky hug, just a tiny, tiny bit.
It's got a nice level of spice in it.
Yep. Yeah, you're picking up some baking spices and stuff on the finish. But this is Buffalo Trace's Mash Bill 1, which is low rye, the lowest rye. But I'm picking up, of course, a little bit of that char.
Low rye.
Low rye,
So
batch
that
1.
means this is truly,
Mash
really is
bill one.
almost a vegetable.
Corn.
Yeah.
Nice. It's really nice. It's good. It's what I expect when I do
Yeah,
the E.H.
it's,
Taylor. It's caramel.
it's
It's,
kind of
a
a-
little bit of char, vanilla.
Kind of a distinguished flavor.
Yeah, it's
It's your classic quality bourbon pour, I feel.
A little bit of cinnamon on it.
Definitely the cinnamon.
Nice.
Maybe a really light char in there. I don't know. That's good.
Ready for number 2?
I am.
You noticed you got your numbers back. I didn't put the charms on today for you.
Mike's not here. No danger of rubbing them off.
This one's even sweeter on the nose. I'm definitely picking up a sweet corn with the vanilla and caramel. Really nice nose. A lot of spice throughout. This one's warmer, but I don't feel like it's super, super warm.
No, I still don't feel like that's the barrel proof, but it is. It makes a much warmer statement
Yeah.
on your palate.
This is, it's definitely spice forward. A lot of cinnamon, a lot of char,
I agree.
a little oakier, I feel.
Kind of puts you in mind of maybe a single barrel.
But the single barrel is only 100 proof.
I know. I don't think that's the barrel proof, though. I don't know. After we try 3, we'll have a better idea, I guess. But it's a lot warmer than 1 was, for sure. But these were also fresh cracks tonight.
They were.
So that's going to play a little bit of a factor, in our opinion.
Did you have a second sip?
I did not. I was kind of afraid to. The first sip was a little bit heavy.
The second sip was a lot warmer. A lot more,
really?
lot more Kentucky hug on that one.
I saw that look on your face.
Yeah,
That
like, whoo.
I can't chew it fast enough.
Well, no, I think maybe that's what caused it because I was chewing it to get more flavors out of it. The biggest flavor I got was oak and the char and then the spices, but then the heat overtook.
I got vanilla quick on that. Before it evolved into anything else, I got vanilla and kind of almost kind of like that maple syrup, that creamy. It was, I don't want to say mild, like there was nothing there, but it was smooth. It was smooth. It was very smooth.
It is very smooth. I'm just saying, we haven't had 3 yet, but I think number 2's a lot warmer
It is.
than number 1.
We'll have to see how 3 compares, but I almost think, I don't know, again, we'll see what 3. If 3 is what I think it is, then I feel like these are almost in order from 1 to 3. We'll see.
I will tell you, I think I like the nose on number 3 the best. It's a nice vanilla, sweet nose.
Now, that nose, to me, I feel like I get a little more spice on that nose than I have.
Yep, I am picking up some spice. It's nice.
That's not the barrel proof. I feel like number 2 was.
This one's super mellow.
It is. It's not as mellow as 1. I don't think. I have to come back
I'm going to disagree with you on that one right now.
You think it's a little more mellow?
Yeah. Still good pour though. I mean, you're picking up the vanilla, you're picking up the caramel, picking up a little char. I'm not getting as much cinnamon on this one.
No.
Or the spices. It has a little bit of spice to it, but it's not as, definitely not as heavy as number 2 on the spices, or number 1.
No, and you're probably right. I need to taste one again, but that is really mellow.
Well, it's probably really mellow after tasting
Well,
number
that
2.
could be too.
So I think after you taste, like go back the other way, we may have a different opinion of one, definitely.
I still say it's the spiciest nose of all 3 of them. Get some caramel in there.
Yeah, it's good. They all are relatively, honestly, the same complexity with the caramel,
Yeah.
the vanilla, the spice, the char.
Which you would
They
kind
should be.
of think that they would be.
They
They have a lot of the
absolutely
same
should be.
characteristics.
I just feel that number 3 is the most mellow at the moment, but
I'm going to jump from 3 to 1, just so I don't have 2 clouding my judgment again.
number 2 is really good. Kind of leaves your tongue a little dry though. It's very dry. A lot of oak. I know I said that the first time around, just a lot of oak presence. And the finish on it is very spicy. I'm assuming this one is the barrel proof. Barrel proof's 131.1, did I say?
I think so, yeah.
131.1. I would never guess this one's 131.1. I may say like 120s.
Yeah, it's if that is in fact the barrel proof, it's for sure.
It's drinking lower.
It's pack and proof, but it's not. It's not our 133 stag.
No, definitely at a 131.1, I would feel it would give more of a hug on it, but it's smooth.
If that is not the barrel proof, I'm going to be amazed. And I do agree with you, coming from 3 back to 1. 3 was definitely the mildest. I don't want to say it was more of a dessert pour, because it really doesn't give you those really sweet tones that some of what we've had does. But what I mean is, it's definitely a sit and sip it with no problems, no discomfort whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm lining these up tonight based on overall flavors and stuff. However, if I were to want to sit and enjoy, casually enjoy, I would probably want number 1. But if I was ready for a strong, deep, strong pour, I want number 2. Number 2 has a lot more flavor.
I'm actually going to have the same lineup as you. It's going to be identical. And what I was going to say is 1 and 2, 2 and 1, that's going to depend for me on what night it is.
What night it is, maybe even what time of year it is.
Yeah, it's, what are we doing? Is it a nightcap, or are we starting a night? We've got some friends over.
Yep. Yeah, definitely just starting the night, and we're going to be.
I'm not jumping into number two.
No, I'm not
if we're
jumping
starting
into
the
number
night.
two either. No.
No, that's,
No.
if we're wrapping the night up and I want maybe just a couple sips, I'd go with that.
Yep. All right, ready to see what they are?
I am. That's
Okay, so
really good.
just to let you know, as we tasted them, number one was the single barrel. Number two
That's
was
barrel.
the barrel. Oh, sorry. Number one was the single barrel. Number two was the barrel proof, and number three was the small batch. How we lined them up is we picked the barrel proof, then the single, and then the small. So our lineup was barrel, single, and small.
And these two vary
Yes.
Depending on-
on
on the day.
on the day and
Maybe
what
even
time
the-
of night
maybe
it
even
is.
the
And, the small batch is still really good, though. Honestly,
is.
I wouldn't turn my nose up at it at all. I was really hoping the small batch would do even better for me, only because it's relatively easier to get.
Well, but
This one is probably, we might get lucky enough to get another one at some point, but probably not anytime soon. So,
no, but I think you need to look at it this way too. Normally, you're not comparing this to these.
correct.
So that's not necessarily fair either. Because, I mean, obviously we like this. I mean, I know we've offered this for our whiskey tasting night. But we also have another bottle that's got about that same amount in it. So
Right.
we enjoy it. It's a good bottle. And it's one of those bottles that we leave on the shelf a lot because although it is easier to get than the others, it's not here on a regular basis.
Right. Right. And we have a couple bottles, so we don't,
Yeah.
let someone else who needs it get it. So.
Yeah, so, you know, like Shona said, we can get down to the distillery if we really need to get that one. I don't know that I don't think they ever release those down there.
No, I don't believe so. Nope.
So that was an awesome lineup.
Yeah, it was good. I've been anxious ever since you got the barrel proof, I was anxious to do this. So
Yeah, I didn't
glad we
know
did it.
what opening that was going to look like, how we were going to do it, what we were going to compare it to. We learned something about the batches, so thank
Yeah.
you for that.
Hey, no problem.
Thanks for taking the time to learn that.
And I clearly know that comparing a barrel proof to two 100 proofs probably isn't fair, and I get that completely. So one of these days we'll throw this in with some higher proofs.
Yeah,
And I believe that either Mike or Mark brought that in your guys' high proof show that you guys did and compared it to some other ones, but maybe we'll compare it to some that we have.
yeah, we'll compare it to, because we have some stuff here that's higher proof that Mike didn't have.
Right. Or didn't bring that night.
Or didn't bring. So I don't know that we have too much that's that high, but we have some
We have some, though.
mid to high 120 stuff
Yeah.
that we really enjoy.
Yep. We can always
So-
bring out the stag again.
Yeah, always bring out the stag. Okay, so great lineup, guys. If you can get your hands on any of it, snag it up.
Especially at MSRP.
Yeah, especially I guess I was going to say that is, you know, these are all sub 100 bottles, sub $50 bottle. So we feel they're definitely worth the money if you can get them for what you should be able to get them for.
Right.
If you're going out and paying $180 for a single barrel, I'd pass. I'd pass every day.
I would too.
Wouldn't even think about it.
Yep.
Same way with the barrel proof. That's silly. And I know there's guys out there, I see the bourbon pages on Facebook and whatnot. It's crazy what people pay for this stuff. But I think that's all we have for tonight.
It is.
Hope you guys were able to catch the live the other night. That's probably maybe going to be our last live for a few weeks.
With the guys, yes.
Yeah, with the guys. Shona and I may do one in a week or two, but we're going to go on vacation, so it's just too rush trying to get everything put together, and that way we can give the guys a break, not wear them out.
Hopefully Mark will be drinking.
Yeah, Mark,
What
he
time?
should be back in action.
Depends on if he listens to Doc Shauna or not.
Yeah, Doc Hollywood over here. So, thanks for joining us, guys. If you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the like button. Above all else, please hit that like button. That's huge if you would do that for us. And drop us a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you've had any of these, what you thought of them, what your order would be. And until next time, everybody, be safe.
Thanks, everyone.